and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. Now, quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and Free TV. Now the news info. Ekiti residents turned out across the state's 16 local government areas on Saturday to vote in the 2026 governorship election, with security personnel and election observers deployed to polling units as voting commenced after the arrival of electoral materials. The People's Democratic Party governorship candidate Wole Oluyede alleged BVAS glitches, voter harassment and intimidation after casting his ballot in Ikere local government area, but expressed confidence of emerging victorious. Also, the African Democratic Congress candidate Dare Abijide, who voted in Ekiti Southwest local government area, commended voter turnout but alleged incidents of vote buying at his polling unit. Meanwhile, Yaga Africa raised concerns over inconsistencies between ballot papers, result sheets, and INEC's published list of candidates, warning that the discrepancies could create confusion during voting, collation, and declaration of results. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has expressed optimism about a strong turnout in the Ondo South Senatorial District by-election, citing the level of participation recorded during the APC primary election held 3 weeks ago. Speaking after voting in Ilaja local government area, Ayedatiwa said the party's candidate, Professor Dayo Fuduyili, enjoys widespread acceptance across the districts and expressed confidence that voters would come out in appreciable numbers despite the exercise being a by-election. The governor also assured residents of adequate security across the 6 local government areas participating in the poll and urged eligible voters to remain vigilant while exercising their civic responsibility peacefully. Voting commenced amid low turnout in the Zuru State House of Assembly by-election in Kebbi State, with several polling units recording spurs voter participation as residents largely went about their normal commercial activities. Officials of Independent National Electoral Commission were seen waiting for voters at the same polling units, while voting started gradually in others followed the arrival of election personnel and materials. Observers also reported delays in the deployment of some electoral officials, with a number of personnel still awaiting instructions before proceeding to the designated polling units as the exercise got underway. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved a final 6-month tenure extension for Controller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi, with the extension set to expire in February 2027. According to a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, Adeniyi will work with the Customs Service Board during the transition period to oversee the promotion of eligible officers to the rank of controller and retirement of personnel who have reached the mandatory age of years of service. Adeniyi, who was appointed Controller General by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in June 2023 after rising through the ranks of the service, was due to complete his extended tenure in August 2026 before the latest approval. Over on to former National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has commissioned the newly constructed mosque in Jiwa, Abuja Municipal Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. The project is aimed at promoting spiritual growth, unity, and peaceful coexistence amongst residents. Kabir Hassan reports.
Residents, community leaders, and religious faithfuls gathered in Jua to witness the commissioning of the newly built mosque. Speaking at the event, the former national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, described the mosque as more than a place of worship, saying it will serve as a center for moral guidance, community development, and social harmony.
This mosque is for religious purposes. This mosque is for prayers. This mosque is for education. Therefore, it is important for us to ensure that all the activities that are going on, that will be going on here, they are all for religious purposes.
Ganduje called on worshippers to use the facility to promote peace, unity, and the values of compassion and tolerance. The Emir of Jua, Dr. Idris Musa, expressed appreciation to Ganduje and all those who contributed to the successful completion of the project. He noted that the mosque will meet the growing spiritual needs of the community and foster stronger bonds among residents. We sincerely thank Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje and all others who participated in this project. We are grateful for this gesture and support shown to our community. This mosque will serve as a place of worship, learning, and unity for our people. Residents at the event described the project as timely, expressing optimism that it will contribute to social and spiritual development of Jua and surrounding communities. Kabir Hassan, Global TV News.
Meanwhile, in another development, the Emir of Jiwa has honored Aminu Abubakar with the traditional title of Al-Herin Kasar Jiwa in recognition of his contributions to community development and humanitarian service. Kabir Hassan tells us more. We apologize that reports will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to sustained funding for the University of Agriculture, Science and Technology, Ahuga. The governor made the pledge at the institution's maiden matriculation ceremony, where 668 pioneer students were formally admitted into various academic programs. Felicity in Derry tells us more.
The University of Agriculture, Science and Technology, HU, recorded a major milestone with the matriculation of its first set of students. The 668 pioneer students took the matriculation oath, officially commencing their academic journey at the institution. The historic ceremony attracted government officials, education stakeholders, traditional rulers, parents, and community leaders. Addressing the students, Governor Hyacinth Alia charged them to remain disciplined, focused, and committed to academic excellence. The governor also assured the university of continuous government support and called on private investors and development partners to contribute to the institution's growth and development.
You must remember that you are the living promise of this institution. Many of you come from homes where agriculture is a daily reality. You now have the opportunity to marry ancestral knowledge with modern science.
Earlier, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Christobeg Amwa, congratulated the students and urged them to justify the confidence reposed in them through hard work and good conduct. He expressed optimism that the institution would become a leading center for agricultural and scientific research.
We are building a skills-driven polymatic university, a university that teaches, ends, and transforms. Here, knowledge must translate into competence, and certificates must be matched by practical skills.
Some of the matriculating students described the occasion as a dream come true and pledged to make the institution proud.
My vision here is coming out with a good result that will help the state and the country at large.
I'm so happy, I'm so glad to be matriculated today. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate God for today. I'm so happy.
The matriculation marks the beginning of academic activities at the university, with expectations high that it will contribute significantly to manpower development and agricultural advancement in Benue State and Nigeria at large. From EU in Vanika local government area of Benue State, Felicity Ndare reporting for Global Television News.
You are watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. News Cycle continues after this weather forecast, plus business, foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Hello there. Looking at this satellite imagery, an active storm system moved across the northwestern region late Friday night into early hours of Saturday, bringing widespread rainfall to much of the area before gradually exiting to the west. At the same time, another persistent storm lingered over parts of the southwest, bringing significant rainfall totals. Abeokuta recorded an impressive 111 millimeters, while the surrounding areas also experienced heavy downpour. Currently, a large and active weather system is delivering widespread rainfall across the northeast and parts of the north-central region. As we move into Sunday morning, these storms are expected to shift westwards, bringing morning rainfall to much of the northwestern region and isolated showers over the north-central region. Moderate rainfall is also expected along the coastline, the southeastern region, and parts of the southwest. By evening hours, rain chances remain high, with moderate to heavy rainfall forecast across much of the south and the extreme northern region, while isolated chances of light to moderate showers are expected to the central states. And that's your weather forecast. Join us again.
You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Cycle on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In Business Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says ongoing infrastructure development in the Federal Capital Territory is helping to revive economic activities and improve the quality of life for residents. The President made the remark during the commissioning of Collector Road CN2 linking Artnell Road, M16 Artnell Road, and 20 in Abuja's Kandape district. Kabir Hassan reports. We apologize, that report will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. Consumers in the Federal Capital Territory have lamented the sharp rise in the prices of tomatoes and pepper as worsening the burden of the high cost of living. A market survey in some major markets across the Federal Capital Territory shows that the prices of two essential food items have increased significantly in recent weeks, forcing many households to reduce consumption and adjust their feeding budgets. Zahra Nasir tells us more.
According to the latest data released by the National Bureau of Statistics, food prices, which remain one of the biggest drivers of household spending, rose to 16.96% in May from 16.68% in April. The Bureau attributed the increase to price changes in key staple foods consumed nationwide. Many residents in the Federal Capital Territory say what used to be a routine market purchase now takes a larger share of their income, making it increasingly difficult to provide meals for their families. Some consumers say the soaring prices have compelled them to buy smaller quantities or seek cheaper alternatives.
This is something else.
Like,
before we used to buy it at a rate of 5,000, but now 15,000. This pepper is almost 20,000 now. So it's very unfortunate for us as a buyers.
I came to buy tomato, right? But the prices of tomato is discouraging.
what happened to it?
The price is hiked from the last time I bought tomato to now. There has been an increase in the price, and it's really discouraging, very, very discouraging.
Traders, however, attribute the increase to seasonal factors, explaining that the rainy season is an off-season for tomato production in many parts of northern Nigeria. According to them, reduced supply, coupled with transportation challenges, have pushed prices higher in the markets.
What happened to them now, rain don't start, so everything for farm don't spoil before new one come out. Now the thing will make all these things cost with that. You understand, but now rain season we're there now, so before our own come out, everything now with the super, no game inside our business by this time.
But are you getting customers to buy the way the things are?
Kai, we don't get like the time where the thing the cheap. You understand? Now we just do. You understand what as our business will be. You understand? Now we know they get like before. Especially if this thing the cost customer they cry. Customer they cry. We must say with the cry.
Abuja, they say tomato and tatasai and pepper and onions.
So how about the prices?
Price for tatasai 25. Before that 5,000. Tomato 18,000. Now 18,000. Before then they sell 7,000, 6,000. onions, they sell 1,500, 2,000, but now they sell 5,000.
As food prices continue to rise, consumers are calling for measures to improve supply and stabilize market prices. For now, residents can only hope for a better harvest season and lower transportation costs to bring much needed relief to household budgets. Zahra Nasir, Global TV News.
The Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria has called on refiners, depot owners, and petroleum products importers to reduce their ex-depot and retail pump prices in line with the recent decline in international crude oil prices. The national president of Association, Billy Gillis Harry, said the drop in global crude oil prices provided an opportunity for operators in downstream petroleum sector to pass on the benefits of lower crude costs to consumers. In a statement signed by the National Public Relations Officer of Petroron, Dr. Joseph Obele, Gillis Harry said market reality should be reflected in both ex-depot and retail pump prices. On the foreign news now, the State Department in the United States says a new round of talks between Israel and Lebanon will be held in Washington, D.C. next week. The statement came shortly after Israel and Hezbollah announced a renewed ceasefire in Lebanon, where ongoing fighting has threatened to derail the U.S.-Iran Memorandum of Understanding MOU to end the war. The State Department said U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had spoken to Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and underscored that Lebanon's bilateral negotiations with Israel represent the only visible path to reconstruction, economic recovery, and ending recurrent cycles of violence. Meanwhile, the United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF spokesman James Elder says a child is killed on average on a daily basis in Gaza since a ceasefire was announced in October 2025. Briefing the press via video link from Amman in Jordan, Elder stated that the ceasefire declared in Gaza more than 8 months ago is a deadly illusion, with 265 children killed there since the fighting was supposed to have ended. Uyi Agbomofoegbe has the rest of the story.
Despite a ceasefire being declared in October 2025, Israel has continued to launch strikes across Gaza, killing at least 992 Palestinians since then, according to the Occupied Territories Health Ministry, whose figures are considered reliable by the United Nations. Elder stressed that the children killed since the ceasefire was declared were not killed in a war zone.
Since the ceasefire was announced in October last year, 265 Palestinian children have been killed across Gaza. That is an absurd, that is a devastating figure. So during a period supposedly defined by restraint and protection, a child is killed on average every single day for more than 8 months. Let's be clear what that means. These children were not killed in a war zone. They were killed in their homes. They were killed in their schools. They were killed playing football. They were killed fishing. They were shot. They were bombed. They were struck by quadcopters.
In addition to those killed, more than 400 children had been injured since the ceasefire was declared, with what Elder referred to as many with catastrophic wounds, highlighting the deep trauma suffered by Gaza's children. He cautioned leaders and people around the globe to stop accepting levels of child deaths that would provoke international outrage anywhere else in the world. Uyi Agbomofoegbe, Global TV News.
In sports stories now, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria has rescheduled the start of the 2026 Commonwealth Games national trials by 1 day to enable athletes affected by severe weather disruptions in the United States to participate in the competition. The head of AFN Media Committee, Maxwell Kumoye, announced this just a few hours before the start of the event. The trials originally scheduled to take place from Saturday, June 20th to June 22nd at the Yaba College of Technology Sports Complex in Lagos will now run from Sunday, June 21st to June 23rd at the same venue. And that's it on News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and Free TV. Now kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @GlobalTVNG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good evening.